Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome to a North Wales side-by-side video. And tonight we're with Project Padfoot, my MR2. What you see on the floor here is my fuel tank. Two guesses as to why I've got it out. You've had your chance, I'll tell you. These effing things, handbrake cables, the bind of every single MR2 owner. That one is seized up solid. There's nothing in it, it's absolutely solid. If I try and grab that now or even push it, it is solid. And that's the passenger side. I haven't even taken the driver's one out yet. I'll show you where we're up to. I'm also doing the aircon delete on it. There's the aircon pipes. I can't even be asked to try to break them off the brackets. I've just put the Dremel through them, I've cut them. But to be honest, that fuel tank is very, very easy to get out. It's not hard. But what it's going to give me opportunity to do is, there's a load of surface rust up there. I can now get to that with the fuel tank out, take that bracket off that's hanging down, clean all this back to bare metal and treat it, and get it painted. The rest of under here is really, really clean. I'm probably going to have to do the same on this side, give it a clean, get any surface rust off, give it a once over. I think I'm going to have to make a new bracket for that water pipe. Looking at the state of it, but this just makes doing the handbrake cables so much easier. So much easier. Same with doing the delete on the aircon. I crack them joints down there and then I'll pull all the pipes off underneath right down to the front. I just get rid of the pipes, I don't need them. I'm never going to use the aircon. And then I can figure out what belt I need to get the compressor off, because I want to get the if I'm going to do an aircon delete, the compressor needs to come off. That compressor still works. It's a perfectly good compressor. So if anybody fancies a good working compressor, there's one there. With, admittedly, I've chopped the pipes there, but I've left them joints connected, but it's available if anybody wants it. It's coming off. Yeah, we got a bit of wire brushing to do under here, a bit of cleaning. Be worth it in the long run. This is going to be a really clean car. It already is a clean car, but it's going to be cleaner. Right, let me get out of here. Let's see if we can identify these cables. Got two new ones there. I'm going to say that fuel tank's very, very clean inside. I'm going to empty it and I'm going to give this fuel tank a good wire brushing whilst I've got it out. And it's also getting painted. I think it's been out in the past because there was only 4 bolts holding the fuel sender and the fuel pump in. So I need to get some more of them. There should be 8. So I'll get 8 new ones of them. I need 4 of them new bolts. because one of them's really manky on the head and I don't fancy putting it back in. So that one's doing. Right, let me see which cable is which, because I believe these cables are different. Let me just grab them out of the boxes and let's see if we can identify them. I'm turning you off for a second. Right, this is the mess I've left myself in. No handbrake cables on the car. Fuel pump had to come out of the tank because I couldn't get that cable off, or that pipe off. Can't get the clip undone, so it made more sense just to lift the pump. I can give it a good clean. I've got new bolts for it. We've identified the cable. There's a little bit of dirt fallen in the tank. The tank looks pretty clean. I've got all new bolts to go around there. They're in there. Believe it or not, they are bolts out of a computer chassis, and they're exactly the same length and the same thread, and they're M5 by 0.8 metrics, so that's what they use on computers. So we're going to use new hardware on that. Them are all M8. I'm going to use new hardware on them. I'm going to get 6 new ones of them. I know they're M8 because that's an M8 nut. That's an exhaust manifold nut, and that fits them. So I need to go and get some M8s tomorrow. Go and get 6 of them with washers. I need to clean up, wire brush all the chassis down there. Need to get the rest of the aircon pipes off, all the way down to the front. Paint the fuel tank, give it a good clean, give it a good swill out. And I think on Sunday, that's going to go back in. It'll be a lot easier taking it, putting it back in, than it was getting it out. The only reason why I'm taking the aircon out of this car is because the aircon matrix that lives in front of the radiator is leaking like a sieve, and it's a bloody soft top. I don't need aircon. It ain't going out in the winter. It's a summer car. So aircon's the last thing I'm bothered about. So I'll dispose of anything to do with the aircon. I'm leaving the condenser in the dashboard. I'm not pulling the dashboard apart. But I'll just get rid of all the pipes. So that's my little update on Padfoot today. I'm recording this on an iPhone tonight because I've left my camera in the house and I couldn't be bothered going in the house. So this is where we're up to. Cover that up so nothing gets in it. Oh, there's a breather. Yeah, once I cut the air conditioning pipes that were running round that side of the tank, driver's side, this tank was a doddle to get out. It really is easy. And I dropped it onto my ramp under there. So when it goes back in, I'll just support it on the ramp, slide it into place, and I'll jack it up with the ramp. And that'll give me access to all the bolts. There's only 4 bolts hold it in. It'll be a really easy job to get back in. That ramp is brilliant. I love that ramp. I've had it for years. It's rated to 2,500 kilos, and it's had this whole MR2 up in the sky. It's absolutely brill. So there we go. New brake cables to go on. Fuel tank's out. to be cleaned and painted. Bit of cleaning on the body, get some new hardware and put it back together. And I think that is the last of the big jobs. Yeah, I think that's the last of the big jobs. And then I need to have a look at the hood, because I've got a few little marks in the hood. Hoover all my waspy friends up. I've got loads of wasps, dead wasps in the car. There's the nest. They're buzzing around the light at the moment. They're still buzzing about, but there's the nest. They're slowly dying off. So let's call it quits in here tonight. I've done enough. Let me just turn the diesel heater off. That diesel heater is a really handy bit of kit to have in a workshop. Runs on red diesel, dead cheap. That is, oh, I've been running, that's a 10 litre tank, and it goes on quite regularly in the workshop, and that's been running since January, that 10 litres. It's super economical to run, and it really does keep this place warm. Probably takes half an hour to take the chill off, and then it's at a comfortable working temperature. Not too hot, but not cold, so everything you touch it's got some temperature in it, and it doesn't hurt your hands, and spanners are warm. It's really good. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying Project Padfoot. Slowly coming together. These handbrake cables have been a job I've been putting off, but with it being seized, there's no point just doing one. Then if you've got to drop the tank to do it, you might as well chuck two on. The other cable still works, but there's no point. Hey, thanks for watching.